All right, people. We're back. Here's another project. I've just been doing one project after another, just trying to knock things off my list or things that were in my head. You're probably wondering what this thing is. This is called a $10 million stick, or at least called that by the company who created the original concept, FastCap. Although theirs is made out of plastic and doesn't quite look like this. But this is my version. You can see this is probably the ugliest build ever. But so we'll just call it a prototype. As my good friend Art Min always says, just build it. Just prototype and see what you can learn. So I followed his advice, and this is what I'm doing. So, what do you use this for? You use this to hold wood close to the blade, like small pieces. Here, let's go over to the miter saw. It's usually for the miter saw, so that you don't cut your hand. Sorry for the mess, by the way. This is what it looks like when I'm in the middle of project mode. So here's this little piece, and obviously here, sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. I don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Hold it so close, you're going to cut your fingers off. So this stick comes in, and you can see it's kind of rounded, so you can like pivot, and you hold it down like that and hold it in place instead, and sacrifice that instead. Now, you probably already see a problem. Most people have probably a miter station, meaning they have like a table that continues at the same level of that deck there. And so then this would pivot onto that and give you more leverage. This still works, but it's a little unwieldy, but I don't have a table. So as soon as I did that, that was a oops moment. But anyways, I'll get to that because I invented something to fix this issue. But with this one, a couple more learnings that help you. You can see that this grain goes this way. And in woodworking, grain matters. So, because the going across here is stronger, but it always breaks on the along parallel with the grain, right? So what happened here was I was shaping it on the belt sander, and in a moment of not paying attention, it flew out of my hands and hit the ground hard, and obviously this little appendage snapped off. And man, that was a time trying to glue it back. I was using wood glue. It wasn't sticking right. It's kind of awkward angles, and ended up using JB Weld, which is holding pretty good. The other thing that was awkward was, while this is pretty straightforward, trying to hold one hand and this sliding angle with glue, and then trying to drill screws in there and all that stuff was really difficult. So then I just got frustrated and just fired a bunch of nails into there. But anyways, again, this is a prototype, people. Oh, and then the other thing that's really fun that I got to use is a spoke shave. So if you don't know what a spoke shave is, where is that? This is a spoke shave. And so you put this in, it's used to, like, you pull back, see if I can do this, on like the edges and the corners, and you can start shaping wood and carving wood down and rounding off wood, and it's so satisfying. I'm not really a hand tool guy, but I've got a few things here and there, and if they're sharp and you do it, making shavings is so satisfying. So that's a $10 million stick. Too long, probably could still work at the table saw. So what would we do here? So I was just looking around. I had these offcuts with the rabbiting, and I said, oh, interesting. Because I need to hold it in two axes, right? Like downwards and into the fence. And so here's a little notch, right? And so what I can do is, and I cut it this shape on purpose. So on this piece that we had here, you can see I can hold it down, so it's pushing downwards and into the fence. And then it's the right size to be on the deck, and it has this rocker mode, so I can adjust it for taller pieces or shorter pieces. Okay, but it also has a secondary, so if I have a wider piece or anything, I could turn it around this way and hold it down this way as well. And there's a little bit of a rounded back too, so if I needed to rock. So I'll probably end up using this one until I ever decide to make a big miter station, which I don't have room for that here. So mother of what did it say? Necessity of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. Totally messed that up, but pretty simple. Hopefully this helps you. If you want to make either one of these, or if you have questions, let me know. Talk to you later.